Hello and welcome back to another Dare to Game video. Today we're playing Skull and Bones, and we're going to be going over a relatively simple topic, but one that I've had several requests for, and that is treasure maps. So, there's really not all that much to treasure maps in Skull and Bones. They're a relatively simple gameplay mechanic. You can get them a number of ways, but the primary one that you'll typically find yourself getting a hold of treasure maps will be through sinking ships. And so you can see, you can hold up to 5 of them in your inventory at a time. There are a bunch of different variants. You've got the green ones, which are standard, I believe, and then the blue ones, I believe, are epic, and then there's also rare ones, and there's legendary ones. The legendary ones you have to specifically go after for, it's like a community event, a PvP type thing, that you have to go and grab one, and so obviously the rewards are going to be better and better the more rare your treasure maps are, but the ones you'll typically find, just on average through sinking ships, are going to be these two, the green ones and the blue ones being better. So they're not difficult to navigate, and I'll show you how to navigate them, but first I'll just show you how to find them. So like I said, the best way to do this is just by hunting down enemy ships, but it's not even a guessing game, because you don't have to just go around sinking every ship and seeing if you get them. Now that's typically what I do, because normally a more consistent way to make money is just by sinking ships. But you can actually tell if a ship has a map on it just by scanning it. So when you're looking at it through your telescope, it'll tell you what they've got, and if they have a treasure map, it'll show up at the top of that list. So, and the same goes for basically any other resources. So if you're looking for any specific thing, like a screw mechanism, that being the rarest thing, you can actually see they've got it. You can also see this one has a repair long gun and, you know, silver and such. So all you got to do if you're looking for treasure maps is go around and either, like I said, sink every single ship that you come across, which is what I do, or just scan until you find one that's got one. It typically doesn't take long. I've done this just as an experiment before to see how long it takes to fill up my 5 treasure maps or whatever, and it did not take long. It was maybe 20 minutes, half an hour, and I had 5 of the blue treasure maps just from going around and specifically hunting them down. So that is how you get them. Now how you solve them is even easier. So when you go in your inventory, you can just, let's open up the first one, and first of all we can hit track on that, but let's read it. And so it says, the privateers hired me to deliver a valuable chest, but I did not. After I found respite in the Rondables south of Elder's Cave, now I seek new lands and the wondrous treasure they hold. So sometimes the map will tell you a specific spot. So this one might actually, because it says south of Elder's Cave, Rondavels, it might actually be the location Rondavels. I'll have to look in the map and make sure that's actually one. So I found them on the map. I found Rondavels and the whole Elder's Cave thing, so I'll show you that quick. We're going to be way over in the coast of Africa, down in the southern section over here. So if you look right here, this is Elder's Cave, and Rondavels or whatever is this region. So when you look at it, basically once you've gotten to a point where you recognized it doesn't tell you the exact location on the map, then it's actually relatively easy to figure it out, because you just have to match the picture. So the map will include a picture of that map, and so it says south of Elder's Cave, so I'm just going to go ahead and assume it's at the Great Ukuta Outpost. But there's a really easy way to tell, because once you go to this place, whether you fast travel or not, you'll show up on the beach and it will tell you if there's treasure in the place. Let's see. So treasure is in this outpost. So my guess was correct. So now all you have to do to find it is basically, now there are clues. So when you look at the map, it'll show you the X is by the thing that it's buried by. So it'll be a rock with this symbol inscribed on it. Unless you've memorized the outposts, that doesn't really mean a whole lot. I mean, I like to look at it just so I know what I'm looking for while I'm running through. But all I'll do is stick to the edge as I run around the tiny little map for the outpost. Now, this typically doesn't take long, because outposts aren't very big and they are very linear. So as long as you kind of just stick to the outer bounds of the map, you will quickly find these. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run around until I find it, and we'll pick it up when I do. All right, see, so we found it. So that's what you'll notice. I'll just back up a little bit. So as you start to approach the location where it's buried, it will glow like this. So it becomes very, very easy to find it. So then all you got to do is dig it up and enjoy your treasure. So there for our treasure, we got some ambergris, some bronze ingots, a torpedo launcher thingy, and a couple thousand gold. I almost said gold. Silver. So pretty straightforward and simple. We're going to do the same thing for the rest of them. So as you're going through, then I just go down the next one. I'll track it, and then I read it. And so this one says, the Compagnie Royale had a treasure chest, and I had to make it mine. My best option was to go to Sultani Island, northwest of the Mother of Shipwrecks. Could this go down in legend? I hope so. So again, there we go. Let's just pop into the map. I know where the Mother of Shipwrecks is. It's right here in between the coast of Africa and the Red Island. So we're going to be looking northwest of there. So north is up, west is to this side. And so typically speaking, the best way to quickly do that is just to find the fast travel location that is the closest to where they told you in the direction they told you. So that would be right here at Ka Mangrove. So I'm going to go ahead ahead and assume it's there. Like I said, you can also match up the pictures, which I could be showing a little bit better. What do we got here? Does it say anything? Yes, see, treasure is in the outpost. So, like I was saying, you can actually match up the pictures typically, so it's not a guessing game. Now with this one, you can't because it doesn't have the specific, it's just got the location, but we showed up to the right spot. So we're gonna do the same thing. What are we looking for this time? We're looking for a tiny little rock structure with some stacked rocks on it. So let's just go around the island and find that. So that took us a while, but we found our little rock structure over here. So you can see, highlights again. All we gotta do is dig it up. There we got 7,000 silver, some tobacco, and some Morocco plank. Now we're getting into the good ones because the blue ones get us the better reward. By now you're probably getting the idea of how to do this, so you probably don't need to watch it anymore, but I'm gonna continue to go until I'm done with my treasure maps. So this one says, the sea people unleashed hellfire upon the enemy. I nicked a chest while they burned. I decided to head for Red Isle, south of Moyenne Creek. Good luck in your search. So we're gonna be going to a location south of Moyenne Creek in the Red Island region. So that one's relatively simple. Plus, it gave us a picture of the location. So if Moyenne Creek is here, and Lenitra Outpost is south of there, plus that's the exact picture from the treasure map. So I bet you it's there. What do you know? Treasure is in the outpost. So let's check out that map. We're looking for, once again, the little rock formation with the stacked rocks on it. So let's find that bad boy. And there's our location. You can see because it's glowing. Well, it was glowing back when I first spotted it, but we're just going to go ahead and dig up our treasure chest. There we got another 4,700 silver, some snuff, some wood tar, and some mopane planks. For our next treasure map, let's go ahead and track it, and then let's read it. This one says, I crept aboard the ship of the privateers and left with the chest. I hurried to the open seas north of Fort Louis and buried it deep. Only then did my pounding heart settle. Could this go down in legend? I hope so. So we're going to be looking for an island that has something that looks like this. It's going to be north of Fort Louis. And so that looks like the picture for Moyenne Creek, if I am not mistaken. So let's go check and see if I've got the right spot. Hey, look at that. Treasure's in this outpost. So what are we looking for? Looking for a little rocky area with some arrows in the ground. So let's find that. And there we found it. Look at that. We got our little rocky campfire looking thing with some arrows in it. Let's dig up our treasure chest. And so there you go. We got 3,600 silver, 3 cacao, 4 wood tar, 7 fine hemp, and some uncut rubies. So not a bad haul. A little bit lower on the silver, but obviously we make up for it in our commodities and such. So I believe we only have one treasure map left, right? Yeah, look at that. We do. So let's track that bad boy and let's read it. So it says, the DMC had a treasure chest and I had to make it mine in open seas. I sprung my trap and took the chest for myself. If I do not stop, then they will not catch me. I know where that is. That looks like the Three Brothers. So let's check that on the map, see if I was correct. Yep, look at that. It is the Three Brothers. See, sometimes the picture is enough because it's memorable and that will help you remember where to go. So we will know if I'm right. Look at that, I'm right. So what do we got here? It is buried by a piece of wood with an X on it. That should be relatively conspicuous. So let's look around until we find that. Well, and there's our little planks with the X on it. And so we found our treasure chest. That didn't take too long. Let's dig up that bad boy and find out what our final treasure map will have yielded us. And we got 8,000 silver, some tobacco, and some juniper, as well as some lime. So some useful crafting resources we've gathered throughout this entire trip. We've also gotten quite a few commodities and just a ton of cold hard cash. So before we decide how much money we made on this trip, I mean, you've seen it all the way through. Let's also go see, because I have not looted any ships or anything like that, let's go see how much money we've made in commodities as well. So we'll just pop down to the trader here on the shore. I won't even go maximize it by finding where demand is the highest. Let's just go ahead and sell it all to this rogue. All right, so buy and sell, sell. Let's find all of our commodities, starting here with our uncut rubies. We'll go ahead and sell that torpedo as well, because I've got better torpedoes than that. So that is another 1,200 silver worth of, well, I mean silver. So there you go. Like I said, don't ignore the treasure maps when you grab them. So you don't have to solve them all right away. I like to do a treasure run, so I'll build up my 5 and then I'll do it or whatever. But once you get there, just remember that if you don't start using them up, you're going to start losing them. So they're useful to do. You get plenty of money, plenty of resources. They're real quick and easy to figure out. So that's treasure maps in a nutshell in Skull and Bones. So I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful, but that's all for today. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you liked this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content and would like to support this channel, consider becoming a member today for as little as $1.99 a month. It makes a huge difference. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.